but more a problem that I have been facing. And that problem is simply this. My bike has been spending more time gathering dust than mud splashes of late. As I see it, I have three options. Option one is to say, this has been a fantastic season. I've absolutely loved the bike. And so I could just simply say, thank you very much, but that's the end of the season and it's done. The second option is still sell it, but change it for a smaller bike. And the third option is, of course, just keep it. Well, I'm actually going to test ride this morning a Guerrilla 450. So here we are, we're arriving at good old Hatfields of Crowthorne, who are happily helping me with my test ride. Right, let's get inside and see what's what. Right, and here I am now, about to board the Guerrilla 450. I've got it in the black with that red and yellow stripe. I actually quite like the new, is it Twilight Blue, Night Blue? The new one with the dark blue and the gold stripe around it. I think that looks gorgeous. I know they've got the new Apex out. That's not really my thing because it's got lower handlebars, and with all my shoulder issues that didn't work. So let's get this on the road and see how we get on with this little beauty. Right, so first thing I notice is the pegs are right back, so that's not a natural place for me to be. The Classic just felt quite natural because like my 650 and the 350 are obviously siblings, or related anyway. This feels like it really wants to go already. I'll let it warm up. Now again, like the Classic, I might have just ridden out of the dealer, but I have got some miles behind me on these. I have ridden one before. I had it as a loaner when my bike went in for a service. Alright, opening it up gently. Oh, I was opening it up, about to change gear. It's already in top gear. Oh yeah, 6. There you go. I wasn't even looking. I guess this is the nature of this engine being a bit high revving. There's a little tuck in at the, how can I describe it, at the base of my bum, which is just where the back seat comes up. It's almost like if I was to accelerate hard, it would keep me in the saddle. I actually quite like that. It makes me feel safe. Nice. It's a very very nice bike. I like it. I'm not opening it up, I'm not pushing it, I'm trying to just ride it as gently as I like to ride bikes to see how that feels actually. As I say, I know I've ridden it before, but I had a very different mindset towards riding it. It was when I had my Super Meteor, which is very laid back, feet very far forward. So I kind of almost felt like I'd gone from laying down on my back to laying down on my front. It was not quite as drastic as that, but it was, you know, it was quite odd. And I love my Super Meteor, so I didn't really even have an appetite for this, and it was just a loan bike, and I was kindly loaned by Hatfields of Crowthorne. But today with the Classic, my feet aren't so far forward, so I'm not quite so feeling the extreme. Oh, that's lovely, that nip and tuck, I don't think that's a word for biking, but just that turn around those roundabouts, that was lovely. Yeah, nice. Here we go, 40. This is kind of like, it's saying to me, go, go, go. Whereas the classic 350 was just playing sweet, gentle classical music in my ears, and I was enjoying the country sounds and the beautiful birds singing and watching the grass go by. This is kind of playing heavy rock music, and it's just sort of saying to me, right, let's give it beans. And both are equally fun, don't get me wrong. As I've said before, my bar is quite low when it comes to bikes. That is to say, I love all sorts of bikes for different reasons. The nimbleness and the lightness of this bike is quite appealing. A bit like the Classic, and maybe even more so. The suspension certainly feels a lot firmer, which doesn't surprise me on this bike, because on a sports bike you kind of want that, which I would class this as sporty. You know, I know I said before it didn't gel, but that was perhaps because of where I was coming from and not really into it, but I totally get why people like this bike. I think I could as well. I'm taking it very easy, and the engine's behaving quite well. When I say behaving, what I mean is I thought I'd have to adjust a bit more to enjoy because it's quite what they call quite a revvy engine. It kind of revs quite high to get what you want out of it. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah, that was nice. Very nice. It's very comfortable on the seat as it's pushing me back. I don't feel like I'm slipping at all. You can feel that a bit on the Classic because the seat's quite flat. Yeah, that is a very different experience. I think the attitude is the thing that's changed in me, and the bike is just lovely. That petrol flashing does make me a little bit nervous, so what I'm going to do, even though I'm not far from Hatfield, I could just take it back. I know they're short-staffed at the moment, we've got a member of staff off sick. I'm actually going to put some fuel in it. It just feels like the right thing to do anyway. It also saves them a bit of time. Oh, there we go. Half a tank. That's a bit better than it was. Right, now I'm going to try the mode. Eco, ABS on. So you've got these four modes. I know it's nothing new. Performance ABS on, Eco ABS on. I want to try it with Eco mode, just to see if that feels any different. Right. And I'm going to go ride all around again. Oh, I feel a bit more confident in the fuel. Yeah, that's nicer actually. In Eco mode, for a classic 350 rider like me, a classic 650 rider even, it just feels a little bit more in keeping with my temperament. See, the danger of this bike is it's so quick and so fun. I said I'd turn into an 82 hooligan, and I have. I'm riding way faster than I need to. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving it, absolutely loving it, but I need to be careful because I will have forget about me giving up riding bikes. I'll probably be losing my license before I get a chance to give it up if I got one of these. Oh, this is lovely. I'm really impressed with this. Very impressed. It's such a different character of a ride compared to the 350. As I say, you can't, you know, they are, I mean, it's literally apples and pears. They're just so different, you can't compare them. You shouldn't compare them. But there are reasons why I've arrived at these two bikes. As I say, the classic design I love, and the ride is just beautiful. And this is also a smaller bike. But wow, fun. And even in economy mode, this thing is it's quicker than the 350. In fact, I might even go as far as to say it feels quicker than my classic 650. So, you know, my conclusion is this, or is the classic 350 better than my classic 650? And just be clear, absolutely not. No. They are different. You can't say is one better than the other. And remember, my goal is not a better bike on this occasion. My goal is quite simply a cheaper bike that's, if I'm not going to use a bike, I'd rather it was costing me a lot less in the garage for the occasional ride out than having a lovely premium bike that rarely gets used. It's just burning cash. The idea of no bike at all is, as I say, an option for me, but that could be the road to regret. Observing the speed limits, of course, like a good citizen. Oh, no, not. Blimey, it just can't help itself, can it? There you go, it's 40. But if I stick to the speed limits like I am now, it's really hard. I just want to just give it beans and fly down this. The classic 650, sorry, the classic 350 and the classic 650 for that matter will quite happily let me stick to the speed limit and not make me feel under pressure to do any more. But that's what I'm used to. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong, it's just what I'm used to. This is national here, so. Oh yeah, just so much power, that's great. You want something with a bit of a firecracker, this is the bike to get. It's just lovely, I do love it, it's a great bike. And it's something that I'd need to get used to, but let's face it, this is targeted at a younger audience. And when I say younger, I don't necessarily mean age. It could be young at heart. And there are some people in their 60s and 70s who still love speed. And maybe through injury or whatever, they can't quite carry the weight of the bigger bikes. Well man, this is the thing for you, because it's a cracker, it really is. And for what you pay for these, the value is incredible, absolutely incredible, new. So yeah, I think a big tick in the box for me. That I think it was the classic 350 to me was a bit like a first class ticket. You know, it was a first class ticket, a first class ride. You felt a little bit like Poirot in an episode of an Agatha Christie novel. You know, you were quite gracefully watching the world go by with the regal presence of someone who often wears tweed and perhaps sips red wine in the evenings. This, I kind of feel like having just listening to loud music and really enjoying life and going for runs, and probably go home and have a nice cold beer. You know, so those descriptions are probably rubbish, but you get the idea. They're just very, very different. I do like red wine, but then I like a cold beer as well, so I like both. Right, well that's that. I'm going to pull into Hatfields again and get my bike back, and then I'm going to talk more from my saddle with my closing thoughts for the day. Now, the next steps in this grand tour of decision making for me are, I've ridden those two bikes and I love them. I think I'm 60-40 in favour of a J series. I'm not going to say the Classic 350. It could be the Classic 350. It might be the Meteor 350. I don't know yet. But I'm going to go out for this group ride on Thursday, tomorrow, a long one, and see how I get on this. And who knows, I might suddenly have this resurgence of, you know what, you've forgotten how much you love motorcycling, and maybe you just need to get out more with the groups. In which case, save all the depreciation that you'll take if you got rid of this so soon, and just enjoy paying what you need to pay to enjoy this bike. Or I might go away Thursday and come back and think, you know what, I didn't enjoy that really. I'm much happier poodling around these local lanes, because that's what I do sometimes. I just jump on the bike, go for a 5-10 mile poodle, blow off a bit of steam, and that's it, I'm done, I'm back home. Occasionally I might go to the seaside, or I might go to West London for the old nostalgia trip, but most of the time I am just happy to do short rides. Anyway, I'm definitely signing off now, and I'll catch up with you probably sometime tomorrow, though for you that will be literally seconds as I fade to the next clip. Well, good morning. Well, today is the day that I go out for a big group ride, which I haven't done for a while. I won't pretend I'm not a little bit nervous about it all. I'm not sure I really know everyone who's coming. I know one or two people. I say big, it's not a huge one. We're not doing the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. I think there's just a few of us. Well, I'll find out soon anyway. All will be reviewed. As I went through the footage last night, I realised just how good smaller bikes are, and lower cost motorcycling can be just as much fun as having a bigger bike with a bigger engine. I also reflected on one of the reasons that I bought the bigger engine in the first place wasn't just because I wanted to go faster. It was because I had planned at the time to go touring a bit and take the bike on adventures further afield. Well, that never really manifested for various reasons. So here I am, a happy little bimbler who just enjoys pottering around. So the rendezvous for today I should say, the start, we're due to set off at 10 AM and it's currently 9:45-ish. Just had to fill up with fuel, but the rendezvous is Blackbush Airport. Well, I hope it is, otherwise I'm in the wrong place. Well, I've just pulled over to a nice quiet spot on my way back home. Yeah, didn't work for me. So all I can say is, you know, people I love, the riding I love, but just group rides, there's nothing wrong with me, there's nothing wrong with them, nothing wrong with the group ride. It's just, some of us are just naturally born smaller groups, one or two, and maybe on our own. So I thought I might get some, I don't know what I expected. I just thought there might be some wake-up call today to say, you're really missing something here. You could just really enjoy this. But sadly that didn't happen. Yeah, so I'm just sat here, I've paused, and I'm just reminded why I love motorcycling. Because it's not just riding everywhere, it's the people, which I enjoy, the banter, the conversation, the discussions and all of that. It's just being able to find spots like this. The peace, the birds, the trees, on a day like today, sun. We're in for a warm week this week. And those are the goodness. But I've still got that £600 plus bill. What to do? I see the camera's moving around. I hope this is working okay. Anyway, I am going to sign off now. And I'm going to say thank you for joining me. I'm going to ride home and have a really good ride and a long, hard think and sleep on things again. But take care, ride safe. Thanks again for joining me, musician on or off a motorbike.